Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bows & Company. I am your host, Emily O, and I'm joined by my wonderful company for today. Hello, Mom. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Emily. Thanks for having me.
We are so excited to come back with the second episode of Anne's Advice.
Answers.
I love it.
I love the person that DM'd me that. They're like, I have a great idea. Answers.
It's so good. I hope you guys enjoyed Tuesday's episode, and we appreciate everybody for writing in with their questions, their scenarios, their situations. And we are going to pick back up kind of where we left off and continue to answer some of the questions.
Great.
And if you were here on Tuesday, you know that we're recording in the same sitting. So we are going to probably just skip through bows and lows and just keep going with our questions. All right, jumping right in. This is a good question. I saw this when I was going through. I wrote everything down. So I am struggling with never being the girl who is picked. How do I not internalize it?
Oh.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, I could see how that is difficult. My first reaction when I hear that is that you are actually a very confident person and you are able to stand alone and you know who you are. And so I think people maybe don't feel like you need to be picked because you're pretty secure in who you are and what you're doing. I don't know what we're getting picked for, but that's not a good feeling when you aren't the one picked. Mm-hmm. So my one thought is maybe instead of feeling sorry, like, oh, I'm probably not going to get picked again. I mean, maybe that's even coming through a little bit. Be proactive in whatever with these friends that you have. And maybe, maybe you need new friends. If these people are like so difficult, I'm not totally sure. But also one-on-one getting together with some of these people and kind of building a relationship one-on-one.
Yes.
So that it might be that you are on the outskirts of the relationships. So you are picked last because they are closer to other friends in this group.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be what it is. It's not necessarily anything personal. They're just closer to other people.
Right. That's a good way to,
So maybe do a little outreach and be proactive with them and try and get to know them a little bit better. Because I am telling you, my grandfather used to say this to my mom, and my mom said it to me. There is always someone suffering more than you. Mm-hmm. And go find that person.
Right. Go find that person. Yeah, exactly.
Because you will feel better instead of thinking, poor me, I'm always picked last. Go find somebody that you think might be being picked last and help them out.
Yeah, that's great advice.
I hope you get picked.
I hope you get picked. I'm sure you are picked in ways that you maybe don't know.
Right.
So that's also something to keep in mind. All right. How did, wait. Oh, this is a good question. I feel like we've all probably dealt with this. Advice on dealing with burnout as a creative. Love you guys so much.
Oh, we talk about that.
We talk about this all the time, and I go in waves with it. I'm on a good spot right now, as we can probably tell.
Yes.
But
well, in your case, you were not burned out at all, but like LTK Con really rejuvenated you.
Exactly.
You were not burned out in any way, shape, or form, but you were infused with enthusiasm and new ideas.
Yes.
So if you are, first of all, maybe you need a little break.
Breaks are good.
And it could be just a weekend where you're not at work and you treat yourself. Like, I don't know what it is. Watch TV, go get a massage, just relax somehow and do something just for you. And then that creative part might be sparked. And then maybe then go seek out some new information in your field.
I again, like, it wasn't burnout, but it was definitely like I was reinvigorated, and it helped tremendously being around other people who do similar things and learning that new information. So maybe a little conference is in your future, right? This kind of goes off of it. Best way to get out of a funk.
Well, I think we can't walk.
Yes.
Call somebody.
Yes.
Go find somebody else who needs a little
help. Yeah, I agree with that.
Shifting gears somehow, because we all get into funks.
Go
get yourself a coffee.
Put on this podcast.
Yeah, a little tea.
Yeah.
Just do something. Doesn't have to be much, but watch a TV show in the middle of the day or like stay up, like, well, maybe you shouldn't stay up later because you get tired and then you'll be in more of a funk, but just mix up your routine.
Yes.
Somehow.
I would agree with that. Okay. This is a cute question. How to not get overwhelmed when planning events?
Oh, that's a great question because it is overwhelming when you are trying to plan an event. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but be prepared and organized. I mean, it's one thing if you all of a sudden have to throw something big in a short amount of time.
Right.
Again, don't sweat the small stuff. Like break it down. I'm big into breaking it down. Make a list. Okay, what are the things, like sometimes I do this. I create extra ideas and work that are not necessary. So if you are starting to get overwhelmed, just start with the basics. Like, what are the things that I for sure have to have? I have to have food. Mm-hmm. I have to have, like, if I'm setting the table, what do I already have? So make sure you don't make your list and your ideas so out of whack that you become overwhelmed. Like, you have put so much pressure on yourself, and I'm speaking from experience, to accomplish all these things, and you don't have enough time. So start with what is the absolute necessity.
Yes.
And then add some few perks onto it.
I like that.
Mm-hmm, so you aren't overwhelmed.
That's great.
Yes.
That's perfect.
And ask for help too.
Yes. Ask for help. Like, delegate.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can.
We went to a dinner party the other night. It was lovely. At my friend Amy's. She's a podcast listener. It was a wonderful time. And as we were leaving, she had just gotten back from a big trip, like 2 days prior, and it had been her birthday. I actually don't know how she did it.
Yeah.
And as we were leaving, one of the friends said, I don't know how you did this. And I was in agreement. And she said, well, I knew if I couldn't get it all done, we would just go out to dinner. And that was a great, like that took the overwhelmingness out of it for her, which I thought was brilliant. We're like, of course. We could have ordered pizza.
Right.
If we wanted.
Right.
So
maybe a backup plan is always good.
Yes, a backup plan.
I like that. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not getting in over your head.
And if the event, it depends what the event is. Like if it's a big, huge, like a volunteer, a big, huge event, that's one thing. If it's an event at your house, that you can manage and control a little bit more.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And if you're entertaining people, I feel like whatever you do, like because, it's made from you or you're having them in your home, like they're going to be grateful.
Yes.
Okay. New dining plates, etc. How many to buy each time?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I used to always buy 12. And then one day I thought I can only seat 10 at my table, but I tend to buy 12.
I feel like that makes sense. An even number. Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a good thing in case you have extra people or you're going to do a buffet or you break one. Mm-hmm. So I think it depends. I mean, if your dining room table only seats 6, then maybe get 8.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to go. Mm-hmm. Gift wrapping. Oh, seems like people need to buy some stuff. Gift wrapping ideas. Best places to buy good wrapping paper / ribbons, etc.
Well, I've said this before. I haven't been there in a while, but I love Home Goods wrapping paper.
Yes.
It can be a hit or miss, just like anything is at TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Home Goods, but they have beautiful, thick wrapping paper. So whenever I'm there, I grab some, whether I need it or not. And that is the key, my friends.
Yeah.
Don't wait until you need it.
Yes.
Because then they won't have it. And you'll go there and you'll say, I asked Anne this question and she said to go there and there wasn't. You have to buy it when you don't need it. Mm-hmm. Write that down.
Right.
It's just like when you go into the store and you see this beautiful dress and you're like, gosh, I wish I had an event. Buy it.
Yeah.
Because you're probably, if you're the type you're probably going to have an event and you're going to need it.
And you're going to be grateful that the past self got it.
Yes. It falls into the be prepared. But I do like that wrapping paper.
Ribbons, you have all
I also love sugar paper at Target.
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
That's a great line. I like the real sugar paper that you can get from the online website. Yes. We don't have a store around here, but then Target has a version of it, and I do like that. Ribbons, I usually get from Amazon, and I love that 4-inch ribbon. If you go to Emily's LTK, we have it there. And I usually get a double-faced satin on Amazon. Mm-hmm. It folds nicely. If you're not amazing at bows, it looks pretty on both sides. If you get a wired ribbon and it's, let's say, velvet on one side and then the other side isn't, you have to be a little bit better
Right.
to hide it. But I get most of my ribbons from Amazon.
So Amazon is always your go-to for
Yes.
the ribbons. Yeah.
Yes.
And that is on my LTK as well.
And I do love specialty wrapping paper. Like WH Hostess has beautiful wrapping paper.
Those
that
are sometimes nice
Aspen
too
and
because
Arlo.
they come in like smaller rolls. So you don't like, they're definitely more of like a specialty.
The other thing, because I get a lot of wrapping paper questions, Amazon sometimes features wrapping paper that is smaller size. So if a regular roll of wrapping paper is like 3 feet, this is like 18 inches. I do like that for smaller gifts. They're just small little rolls.
That's cute.
Isn't that cute?
Also good if you like live in an apartment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't store it. So that's a nice, just having variety. And if you could honestly, I could talk about my closet and wrapping paper all day long. You could get a pretty, like the other day before Claire's shower, I was at Home Goods and it was probably 6 weeks ago. And I bought 2 white textured types of wrapping paper, which would be good for a bridal, wedding. I used it to wrap some of the pretend presents in the bassinet. You could just stick with white wrapping paper and have beautiful ribbons.
I love that.
For any occasion.
Oh, I love
and
that.
then just put a little something on it. The other thing, nobody asked this, but I do like gift tags.
Oh my God, yes.
I like
Seasonal gift tags.
You can find those on Amazon. You could get personalized ones, and those are really pretty to always have on hand. You don't have to worry then about getting a card because you have a personalized gift tag.
And I love this white wrapping paper idea.
Yeah.
That's a great, and then it could just be like your signature thing. And if you could just do it, then everyone knows like, oh, this is, your
Right.
gift.
Right.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
and,
a great tip.
I mean, you could just never have to worry about it. White wrapping paper, get 4 or 5 different ribbons,
yes.
and then get some gift tags with your name. And they could just be very classic.
Oh, I love that. Wait,
Yeah.
maybe I'll start doing that. Although
You
I feel
could go so far as to just pick a single color. Like yours could always just be with black ribbon.
yeah, black and white, and then I add in my hints of pink. Maybe come up with a color scheme for yourself like a brand would and just stick with that. Wait,
I like that.
I love this idea for you guys. Yeah, that's a perfect
Just
idea.
get white wrapping paper.
Yes. Okay. What are some good ways to make lasting friendships?
Wow. Well, I think that is a very deep question that
Yes.
takes a ton of work. And I'm just thinking of lasting friendships that I have, and the qualities of it are communication. My one really good friend, we don't see each other a lot, but we do talk on the phone and or text, and that's a lasting relationship. I think it's hard to do. And I think it just communicating, that's a good question.
Isn't
though.
it a good
I
question?
think it's just a lot of communication. I think you have to make time if they don't live near you. That's what I think is hard in some lasting relationships. If they're not, vicinity is a problem.
Of course.
If they're not, but then there are friends like college friends, those are my lasting friends, that you just pick right up. I also have people in our neighborhood who maybe I was really good friends with when you guys were younger, but then we branched off. But I can run into them, or we can go have lunch together, and you just pick right up where you left off.
Those are my favorite types of relationships. Like pick back up. Like I don't want to say like low maintenance, but like if I haven't texted you in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you're not like, where have you been? You're like, oh my gosh, happy to hear from you.
Yes.
I think that's a mature way to go about things because
Right.
you have families, partners, whatever. But like I feel like friends from like your high school and like friends from when you were in grade school and stuff, like you keep in touch with, and Christmas cards are a good way to do that.
Right.
Or sending a birthday gift every year, kind of like keeping up with that tradition. I feel like
that's
you
a
do
good
a
idea.
lot.
I'm good
you
at
do
that.
with a lot of friends. You send, even no matter where they live, like birthday gifts every year.
Yeah. So outreach.
Outreach. So buy something. No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
But you want there to be a give and take.
There has to be a give and take. We're under the premises that there's a give and take.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Any dating advice for someone who is starting over?
Oh, I feel like you should answer that question. You've dated more recently than I have.
That's true.
Yeah.
What's my advice?
I'll tell you what, get back out there. Give yourself a little bit of a break. You need to be grateful that there was a breakup, because the worst thing would be to be with this person, no matter how sad you are, you will feel better. And then you'll be in a much better place. But you do have to give yourself time to heal.
Yeah, for sure.
So my advice would be to heal. Do not wallow in it, though. Heal and then get back out there.
Yeah.
If that's what's important. If you're
Right.
interested in dating again, then get back out there.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's good advice. Okay. Check. Nice. You're going to be fine. Spending or saving in your 20s?
Oh, I think save.
I would
Definitely
think
save.
Definitely save.
Spend the least amount of money as you can.
In your 20s. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like that's always been like good advice.
Frugal. Be frugal.
Okay, how to tell if the man is the one for you?
Great question. I think that I would say to you, how do you feel if you know that you are never going to talk to that person again or see that person again? What does life look like without that person in it?
That's great.
Don't you like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I love that.
So if you just can't imagine like going any like weeks without seeing this person, then there might be a sign there that this guy is the one. Unless you've got like some crazy relationship with him. I just feel like if you knew that the person wasn't going to be there, could you continue?
Could you go on? Yeah. I can't tell by this person's question if the man is one for you. Like, are we in a relationship? Are we not in a relationship? Are we trying to figure out if the man is for you? I feel like
I do sometimes think it's harder like to know for sure this is the one. Also, though, I think if you date a bunch, you start getting kind of a list of things in your mind.
I do think it's easier to tell, but that's also because that's what I did. But so it's like, I don't know.
Well, I think it's practice makes perfect.
It's such an and response. I think,
like, if this is this person's first boyfriend,
right,
and there's nothing to compare it to, I mean, but I dated the same person since I was 16.
Right.
But I had experiences. We went to separate colleges, but I did not date other people. I mean, few in high school, but it was not serious relationships. So I'm really not the right person to ask, but it worked out.
Right.
But I just think, just imagining your life, you know your life is better. Are you a better person with this boyfriend? And I think that tells a lot. How does your family feel about this person? Start writing those things down.
I would get a notepad out. I would get a notepad.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with getting some feedback from your loved ones.
Honestly, ask them. If you really want to figure this out, then you should ask them. And also, like, how long have we been dating? Like, we need to know those things as well.
Right. And I think if you've been dating for a while and you're like, how do I know if this is the one? That's maybe a red flag.
I know that for me, when I was in relationships and I started asking other people, how did you know that your husband was the one? That's usually the sign that they're not the one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. Ask other people in relationships how they knew.
Because I know Claire always said, like, she never had to ask herself if this is the one because she knew.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Right.
So I asked somebody else at the time for another because I didn't like that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That can maybe help too. But lists are great. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. If Anne had to raise boys, what are some things she would instill in them?
Oh, that's
Isn't that a good question?
That's so good.
I know. For those moms who are maybe raising boys, young boys right now, or men. Yeah, I thought that was a great idea.
I do think just respect, a lot of respect. I think having the boys, I probably would have, Dad and I used to talk about this a lot because he's the youngest. There were 5 boys.
Right.
So he would always say, oh my gosh, when I was growing up, like there was obviously a big difference with 5 boys and a girl versus, just because of the quantity of children. But I think he also kind of said too, when you have a lot of the same gender, you have to do a lot of things. Like the boys had to do different jobs. They did a lot of things around the house. It wasn't like the girls had to do stuff. That wasn't very stereotypical because there were so many.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But I would work really hard not to have stereotypes if you have girls and boys. Labeling, I wouldn't label.
Don't label.
I think a lot of like making sure that they treat, I think that there should be, I guess I could go this way. I
know what you're going to say. Go ahead. I got to cut it out.
This could be controversial, but I see a lot just from people boys you've been around and all that kind of stuff. I think that there's a lack of basic information, communicate. I think sometimes from what I've observed, I know that boys, and people will say, oh my gosh, you don't have boys, so you don't know. But I know women who have raised men who have done a great job of communicating. They have a strong relationship. There's open dialogue. Obviously, there are differences in communication and whatever and how you raise boys. I am going to give a shout out to our son-in-law. He is a wonderful man.
I've never met anyone like him. No, seriously, really I tell him that all the time. I've never met anyone like him.
Yeah, his mom and dad did a great job. He's a wonderful man.
He's a wonderful man.
I don't know what his mom and dad did, and I've said to them, like, over the years that we've known Connor, like, you just did a great job, and she kind of downplays it, which is humble. But I just think, I mean, I don't know what it is, but expectations. If I were raising boys, just like with girls, there should be expectations, and we can't just let people get away with stuff. Like, you have to complete these things. Well, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't talk. Well, he needs to talk. I just think there's a pass a lot of times for sons that they can do. Oh, it's just the way they are. Boys will be boys, that kind of stuff. I mean, people are always like, oh my gosh, if you had a boy in your house, they would destroy it. Well, Terry grew up in a beautiful home, and they did not annihilate their home. Like, there were expectations, and they had nice things, and they were not barbaric. They didn't eat. Like, But
you're right. Grandma Queen had a beautiful home. Like, it was never destroyed.
No. And honestly, she never talked like, oh, I mean, we obviously had 3 girls, and she never made comments necessarily like that. Like, if you had boys in this house, she was the same. Like, she had a nice house.
Yeah, you're right. And she had 6 kids, 5 boys.
They were like, yeah, they're more physical. They're different species, but they still have to be accountable. They have to communicate. They have to be functioning humans in your family with expectations. Well, and I really don't have a leg to stand on because I don't have sons, but I do think I could figure it out. I know everyone has sons and daughters. I could do it. I just think if I were observing it, my big thing would be a lot more communication.
Okay. Anyway. All right. How do you transition into a more mature style? As I turn 30, I'm looking to elevate my style. What a great question.
That's a really good question. You actually said that the other day, like even about going out.
Yes, I'm kind
going out clothes are hard.
I'm kind of in the middle of that myself. So that's actually, you're right.
Mm-hmm. I would say how to elevate. Well, start by cleaning out your closet. Yes. And I think, if you've got some stuff in there that's a few years old that would still remind you of your 20s, it might be time to elevate those things by starting with some newer basics. Get some, some sharper shoes.
Ooh, maybe. I love that.
Yeah.
Sharper shoes.
And maybe if you start, even if you didn't want to clean out your closet, if you added like a more elevated handbag and shoes, I think that's a great place to start.
I agree with you.
Don't you think?
Yeah, make sure everything fits, make sure things are tailored, make sure things are, I don't know, just looking in good shape. I think that all plays into feeling more elevated. I honestly was just talking to you about this because we were going out on Friday and I was having, the crisis that we all have. Like, what am I going to wear? Mm-hmm. Because I like to dress up. I like to look nice, but I'm 25, which I literally made a TikTok about it. I'm like, not young, not old.
Right.
You want to look your age. You don't want to.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to date yourself and look too old.
Right. Exactly. You don't want to look too old, but you don't want to look too young. So we just ordered like a new pair of black jeans from J. Crew and then a new pair of denim and then like a pretty black top. And we're starting there.
Yeah, we're starting there. Also, maybe don't.
And then I cleaned out my closet.
Yes. It all seems to go with cleaning out the closet.
It does.
I'm also thinking as we're sitting here, maybe look at the brands where you're buying your clothes. Like, are you in the juniors department? Just because that sizing fits you and you can fit into everything, that's not necessarily age appropriate.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, even many adult women can wear a size 14 from the kids department.
Yeah.
But you're not shopping in the kids department.
Right. Make sure everything fits. Yeah.
Make sure you're in the right department.
In all things in life.
Yeah. Right.
I like that.
Might help.
That's so funny. Okay. Should my fiance and I do private vows or say our vows at the altar, getting married in 2026?
Oh, say them in the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why we want to be private about that. I think sense of community, you're going to have people that you love around you, you should say them
I think
on the altar.
They've all gathered for you.
Witnesses.
Yes. Say them, girl. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you remain centered and avoid overwhelm as a first-time mom?
Well, I think that kind of goes back to some of the other things. Get as much sleep as you can. Just to have open communication with your husband.
Team approach. You and Dad were a team.
And I think, you know what? This came up at a couple of Claire's showers because she has some friends who've just had babies. I think, I'm not positive, and I'm trying to think back. I do think that the dads just kind of assume that new moms know what to do.
Oh, that's a good
So
point.
yes, I've been carrying this baby for 40 weeks, but I too have never raised a child. Like I do think that there's obviously the bond between a mother and a new baby is real, but you don't it's difficult because you have never done this and you're scared and you're tired and you just went through labor.
Right.
So I do think in the nicest possible way, maybe saying it before you have the baby, like, we're in this together.
Yes.
And I don't exactly know what I'm doing either, but we're going to do this together.
Right.
Because I think that also can be overwhelming as a new mom. Like, I'm supposed to know this and I don't know what to do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
I wanted to stay in the hospital and raise the baby with the nurses. I'm like, we got a good thing going here. Like, why do I have to
live
leave
here now? Let's forward my mail here.
Right.
Yeah. No,
so
for sure.
I think that is a good idea.
Perfect idea. Yeah, that's great. That's actually very good advice. Okay. Just got married. What are you and Terry's tips for a successful Catholic marriage? We touched upon the faith in the first episode if you didn't listen to that, but this is more related to the marriage part.
Oh, a successful Catholic marriage. I mean, making church weekly or as frequently as you can is extremely important. Saying prayers before, we said this, saying prayers before dinner.
Yeah. I think it's a little different because you guys came from so strong. Like, you were both very much on the same page. Like,
yes. I think also just a sense of giving back to the community is also been a thing that's something that has been successful for our marriage. Like, we know, like, that's something we work hard and we like to give back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of it.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's wonderful. Okay. Just bought my first house. Where should I go to get my first set of china for hosting?
Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Well, the great news is china is everywhere. You could, I don't know. This is just the first thing that came to my head. If you wanted more of like a vintage look, you could go and buy like a pretty set from a vintage store.
I like that idea.
Like a resale shop.
Yes. Yeah.
That's one option. If you just want, I always think if you're buying your first set, like a basic white, beautiful set of china is a good thing. You could go to Crate & Barrel. That's always good. And I do feel like, I don't know if Home Goods has a whole set of them.
I feel like she's like looking for like nice china.
Okay. The other place I would go, well, any department store. So you could pick out something and do that. But I have found things on replacements.
Oh, yeah.
.com. And if you find an old set that you love, or even Etsy, but if you just want to go into a store or something, I would go to a department store.
I like
Don't
that
you
idea.
think?
Yeah, but what are some of your favorite places to get china? Like
Bloomingdale's.
Okay.
Has great stuff. Crate & Barrel, you can get kind of a nice, it's probably not as elevated. You could try Macy's. I think that's a good place to start. Juliska,
of course. Oh my God, hello.
Yeah,
it's the sky blue. Juliska.
Claire has Heron. I have Heron. That's beautiful.
Yes, that's another.
You
good
can
one.
get that from Bloomingdale's. I think that is kind of helpful. But if you want like a kind of a cool thing, you could go look for a resale. Or vintage an antique store. That's the word I was looking for.
Thank you. Antique store would be a very good, because you've also got a beautiful set from an antique store around here. That's just lovely. Okay. Fiance's family has an offer to pay for anything for the wedding. First, oh my God, am I okay? It's because I mistype. I was doing this fast. Fiance's family has an offer to pay for anything for the wedding.
Hasn't.
fine. Just need to know if they plan to. Well, it doesn't sound like they are.
It doesn't sound like they're going to. I think they would have offered already. Yeah. We don't have a time frame, but I don't think they're going to. And you should plan accordingly.
Yeah, proceed with that without them. Yeah, yep. Which is fine. But
you know what? It's not the worst thing, because when everyone contributes money, then everyone wants to contribute their ideas.
Right. And you don't have to do a group project now.
No, you can make and just plan accordingly. And
if anyone says anything, you're like, well, we paid for it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
that's perfect. Alrighty. Tips on keeping your home organized and clutter-free with babies/children. I feel like we kind of talked about that a lot.
We did. I do think we never got into when the babies get bigger and you have lots of little toys. That is overwhelming.
The little toys?
Yes. Okay. And this like where you're going to put it all. I just think of like you guys were into Polly Pockets and the Barbie stuff. And I used to have wired shelves down in the basement, which was a playroom, with bins. Mm-hmm. And make it super simple. Don't get any elaborate organizational system. Like the thing is I love to organize and be organized, but I do not have elaborate organizational systems.
That's why it works. Yeah.
Yes, it was bins, and you could put a picture of a Polly Pocket on one, and that's where the Polly Pockets are thrown into.
Right.
Because it's got to be something that can quickly be cleaned up.
Quickly.
Blocks. Put a picture of the blocks on the front, and as they get older, that's where we put it
and
away.
Make it like their level so they could get it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And from an early age, make cleanup part of the playtime.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't always help. I honestly think if you've got it in you to clean up, you're good at it. If you don't, it's hard to learn it. And oftentimes I think the people that are not naturally organized buy the most organizational systems.
You're so right.
I just thought of that right now, but I feel like that's the case.
Yes. Yeah.
Simplify.
A bin, a picture, we're good to go. I love that.
Yeah. Do.
Okay. Any advice on starting a small business? I feel like we can both kind of answer this. Isn't that cute?
This is a fun question.
I know. I was like looking at it. I'm like, wait, what do you think? What would my advice be? I mean, small businesses are fun, but they're also, you care so much about it because it's you and it's small.
And it's a business.
No. What would my advice be? I think that if you are passionate about it and you love doing it more than anything else, that you will keep doing it and keep pushing through even when you are sitting there and you're like, what is going on? You know, right. I think that if you have to make sure that you love to do it, because if you don't, it's not like a normal job or career, and maybe not in all cases, but you know, it's a slow burn.
Yes, I do think you need some sort of support.
For sure you need support.
Yes. Yeah. And like our whole family is really supportive of it. And you know, you have people who are cheering for you.
Yeah. Because so that would be hard. That would be very hard if it was just me and there was like no one else who was, I literally wouldn't be able to do it.
Right. So I do think you need to be, you know, like if your husband is completely against it and you're like, no, I'm going to start this small business. Well, I don't think that's going to go well.
Right. You need help. You need a team, even if it's just emotionally, like,
right. And support. I would also maybe see if you could do the small business while you're still doing something else. Sometimes that doesn't always work, or you've got to give it your full attention. The other thing is if you are so passionate about it, and you think that someday you might really regret not doing it, then I think you should try it.
I like that.
You can always change.
You can always change. And I also think like for us, I'm just going off of our experiences, like celebrating those small wins along the way, because that is progress. And, you know, reflecting at the end of the year, like, you know, maybe we didn't blow up, maybe you're not in Forbes 30 under 30, but look how much we made, or look how many sales we had, or look how many people clicked on our website, or maybe I just learned how to build a website. Like you will get skills, the skills that you will get out of it and what you will learn about yourself is also value as well.
Yeah. I think that's great advice.
Seems like somebody's talking to herself. Okay, I thought that was a sweet question. Anne's advice on how to create a full life or create a life you love. Isn't that sweet?
That's so sweet. I just think surrounding yourself with people who you enjoy being with.
Yes.
And I think that's the heart of it. And making your family, for me, it's making my family a priority. So
Yes.
my children, my husband, my children, extended family as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. The
That's-
most important thing.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Like you can take everything else away, and that's what's the most important thing to me.
Yes. Great idea. Okay. I think we literally hit everything, because everything else we've kind of touched upon. Wow.
so
We've been
good.
recording for like 2.5 hours, and this is the longest we've
really
ever recorded.
proud of us. I'm a little parched.
I am a little parched. I have to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom. But this was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this Anne's advice with her answers and with these
loved it.
amazing questions that you guys wrote in. And honestly, this could be a really great segment as we do these 2 episodes a week to do, now that we've kind of got like a good way that this went well. And you guys did exactly what I wanted to happen.
Yes.
We could kind of keep this up and do the
love it.
2-parter, because you
Hopefully
just have,
we helped.
I hope we help, but and you had great answers, and I just kind of pipe in and I act like I know what I'm saying. But I hope this did help, and I love getting into some of these deeper conversations with you.
I know, it was nice. And again, it's just what has worked for me
Yes.
and our family.
Yes.
I'm not like everyone has to do
This
what
is coming
works
off
for
of
them.
your life experience.
Yes.
We are not
No.
professionals. They got to
No.
raise the prices of these microphones.
I did like, though, not knowing the questions and just answering. So they came from the heart and, what I was really thinking.
Yes.
But that's just me.
That's just our Anne.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for listening, and please be sure to shop our new merchandise collection that was recently released today. This is our first day that we've dropped our fall collection, Falling for Bows. And so check that out on our website, emilyOandbows.com. We will be packaging those orders for you, and we are sending them to your home with love and care and a big thank you. And we will be back next week on Tuesday for a new episode of Bows and Company. And I hope you guys just have a fabulous week in this October season. Anything else you want to say?
No, thank you.
Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day. And remember that everything is in fact better with a bow. Bye-bye now.